Next up for Howler for an hour, we have a game called Self. This terms itself a Kafka-esque text-adventure game with puzzles and simulation and just a really odd atmosphere, which got my attention. This game's atmosphere really drew me in from the trailer, so I want to see what this game's all about. So, I had to make a choice. Alright. I can make the choice. Okay, mouse does nothing, so I guess we're keyboard only in this one. Well, we could do English, but, you know, that's fine. Let's do a new game. Dad's been gone for a while. I'm awake, but don't want to get out of bed. Get up? It's Sunday. I want to sleep in. Let's sleep in. It's so cozy under the quilt. Sleep a while longer. Why isn't Dad called? He's missing. Sleep a while longer. I really don't want to get up. Just a while longer. Just a moment, actually. I forgot my timer. If I just continue sleeping, I won't have to face the world. That might be for the best. Oop. N0, the happiest ending. Oh, that was really... Well, that was Self, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for our next Howler for an Hour game coming soon. So, if you can't tell, by the way, this game is clearly made by a Japanese group that I don't know anything about, which that makes it all the more intriguing in a way. I hope you enjoyed my speedrun of Self. Alright, let's, oh, choose starting point. Start from a memory. Get up, N0. Okay, let's just get up. Dad's been gone for quite a while. I'm awake, but don't want to get out of bed. Well, we have to get out of bed or we'll die or something. An eye is opened. Every eye is a node, an important choice made by me. My pathway can be seen in the spreading crack. Okay. Sounds good. Or bad, or good. Kind of both, really. I stretched and got out of bed and heard a noise outside my door. Open the door. Let's open the door. Wash your teeth and get ready, Mom said. I poured a glass of milk for you. There's Coke on the cupboard if you want some. Why hasn't Dad come home yet? What did you say? He hasn't called for days. Something must have happened. Mom looked at me sternly. Is it the stress from school? If you feel the school's too much, take it easy for a while. Mom, aren't you worried about Dad? Mom puts her hand to my forehead. What do you want for lunch? I'll make you something tasty. I'll even call your teacher and say you're sick. Take the day off and rest, okay? Dad promised he'd meet me at school this evening. Mom begins to look worried. Do you know where Dad is? Have you noticed that Dad is gone? You don't seem to care at all. What's going on with you today? What are you talking about? Mom shakes her head and sighs. Acting all weird in the morning. Silence. Mom pats me on the head. I'm heading to the supermarket. Remember to brush your teeth and drink your milk. She took her bag and her umbrella and then left. I turned on the tap and brushed my teeth. Oh, what's this? Move and interact. Alright. Struggle, hospital, face, memory, forget, escape, friend, accident, struggle, estranged, debt, what the? Don't drink milk right after brushing? I agree. I turned on the tap and brushed my teeth. I ate breakfast and drank my milk. It was completely tasteless. I had some cocoa, but it was still quite bland. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Someone was knocking at the door. Mom probably forgot her purse. I looked through the spy hole and saw two black-clad strangers. One was short and chubby. One was tall and thin. But which was which? Hey, anyone home? They called Dad's name and continued knocking at the door. I will open the door, because this is clearly a good idea. I opened the door somewhat. Who are you? Dad is not home. The two men exchanged a glance. We're going inside to look. I told you, he's not at home. The chubby one had snorted, and slammed open the door and burst inside. They pushed me to the ground, hard. The chubby one grabbed hold of my collar while his friends searched the house. No funny business. He had a big winding tattoo on his arm. What are you looking for? I asked. For you, or for your father. He slapped me across my face hard. Dad. Dad. I want to find him too. Face it or avoid it? Face it? This may require a new choice, but this is not an easy one. Alright, let's avoid it. Face it or avoid it. Face it. Green to face it. Red to avoid it. I don't want to avoid it, let me face it. Oh, intriguing, isn't it? What is your cat doing? Shit. A lot easier to avoid than to face, apparently. Can I do it? I was able to hold on, so let me face it. Alright. We got a note, I think. Perhaps a non-choice is a choice. I may have forgotten something important. I may forget more things in the future, because everything is just beginning. So what's Oxtra Adventure? You get some other pathline before that one. I see. Well, maybe. We'll see what I... Okay, did I just get killed? So that was what the initial warning was. Unless this is... Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. This game is very odd. Let's just see what happens. I'm here for the experience, clearly. The tall one finished the search without finding anything. So they let me go. Tell your father that we came looking for him. But who are you? You're better off not knowing. He lifted his shirt and I could see a gun. Then he sneered at me and the two of them left. Bang. I slammed the door. It all felt like a vivid dream and my face still burned. I found a card on the floor. I picked it up. It was Dad's business card. I didn't know my dad had business cards. It had his number and address. I've never seen any of them before. Call the number. I went to the living room to call. And just as I was about to pick up the phone... started to ring. Answer. Hey. Hey, I'm outside your door. It was my friend King. Outside my door? You didn't forget now, did you? It's Sunday. You promised we'd head out. Alright, I'd almost forgotten. Never mind. Come on, open up. I hung up the phone and opened the door. Yo, King called out to me. Why don't you just knock? King went into my room. Let me see here. King picked up a math book on my desk. How are you doing at geometry? He asked as he flipped through the pages. Nah, I don't like geometry. Just look at you being all proud, huh? King hit me with a book. I didn't dodge, I just sat there and took it. What's up with you today? It's my dad. What happened? It's my dad, he's gone missing. Or what? I haven't been able to contact him for days. King looked at me in silence. You've been living alone with your mom for ages. What? I'm sorry, I should have said that. Let's just forget about the past. King kept apologizing to me. Is King here? Mom came home. Me and King left my room. Hello! Hi there, King. I saw an extra pair of shoes by the door and guessed they were yours. Can I go play with King? Sure. Take a rest of the day and have fun. Mom agreed? Remember to be home before lunch. Okay. King tapped my shoulder and smiled broadly. See, it wasn't so hard after all. Let's go. There was nothing for it. I had promised him after all. As we were heading out, I felt for the keys in my pocket by habit and found Dad's business card. I've never heard about the address on the card before. What's it doing on Dad's card? King, do you know where this is? What? Whose business card is that? Do you know where this is? Let me see. King took up his phone and opened maps. I'm noticing there's some punctuation issues. For instance, here should be "let me see," end quote, and then King took up his phone and opened maps. I'm noticing a few punctuation issues, but granted, this was a Japanese game translated to English, so I guess it's understandable. It's a hospital. A hospital. See for yourself. Sure enough, the address was that of a hospital. What a coincidence. The hospital is close to where we're heading. Where are we going? Have you forgotten? Or are you pretending to be stupid? We said we'd go to the arcade. I grudgingly followed King onto the bus. It was muddy from the rain. The streets were empty and the city lay silent. The waves. New memory piece obtained. Interesting. I remember that day. It had just rained and it was muddy. The streets were empty and the city lay silent. You were still a child then. It was the first time you took the bus alone. I took you to the bus stop. You climbed into it alone, with your school bag. The driver's gaze made you nervous. You felt as though you had done something wrong you shouldn't have. Card or cash? The driver asked. Ah? You startled. Card. You placed your card to the scanner. It beeped. Move along, the driver said. You nodded, then turned around and waved at me. Later's, Dad, I'm going to school. I waved back at you. The doors closed and the bus drove away. I kept watching toward the bus until it disappeared from view. The bus is almost empty. I like the art. A shabbily dressed girl sat on the seat in front of us. Kind person, please help me. She extends a bowl containing a few coins. Give her some coins. I felt my pockets. I didn't bring my wallet. Oh, sorry, I didn't bring my wallet. Thank you, she says, and extends it to King. King gives her a $5 bill. Thank you. You can't just keep giving money away like that. Ha, it's alright, King said and waved his hand. We just tried to give money, but we couldn't. I noticed two black-clad men at the back of the bus. One short and chubby, one tall and thin. Why are they following me? They full sat rigidly without moving a muscle. We got off and changed to another bus, and they did too. We're being followed. King looked towards the back of the bus. Just like that during the day, they must be weirdos. What are you doing? King stood up and approached the two men. Yo, misters, where are you getting off? The short one looked around. Are you getting off at Penguin Plaza? That's where we're getting off. Oh yes, that's where we're getting off too, the short one said and nodded. The bus reached the station. Penguin Plaza, kindly exit the bus from the rear drawers. Aren't you getting off? Don't forget your bags. Oh yes, thanks. The two of them got off. Bye-bye. Aren't you getting off too? Oh, we've got quite a few stops to go. The door to the bus slammed shut. You assholes dare fool us? They chased after the bus, but gave up fairly soon. That's actually pretty clever. Good way of dealing with somebody just stalking you like that. What weirdos, King said. That's that then. We soon reached our destination. The arcade should have been full, but there weren't many there. I'll go and get us some tokens. King went to the token vending machine. A clown stood near the door handing out balloons. Which color do you want? I would like a white one, I guess. It's a boring one. Why would you want white? Something more colorful would be nice. He handed me a white balloon. I took the balloon, but the string quickly slipped from my hand. The balloon fell up into the sky. Good work, Klutz. It seems to be letting up soon. The clown looked towards the balloon as it soared higher. Someone tapped me on my shoulder. King had gotten the tokens. Where are all the people? I thought we'd have to queue today. The clown was gone. I'm not playing today. I know I dragged you here. Please, for my sake. Okay. The arcade was lit up in all the rainbow's colors. King inserted a token and began playing. We took one toy gun each and began firing at the monsters popping up on the screen. I looked at the screen, at loss for what to do. Let me teach you. That is loud. Holy shit. The monsters make a noise when they pop up. Just aim and shoot. Missing is fine. You score extra points for headshots. Deep breaths. Just line them up with the center of the crosshair. Apart from just killing the monsters you see, there are others hiding in the thickets as well. I'm a real newbie, but with his guidance I scored higher than on him in the first round. Another round? King asked. I nodded. Wham! Suddenly the entire arcade went black. I'm okay with that. That was really loud, actually. I got nervous. The doors of the arcade loudly slammed shut. There was only faint light coming from the windows. Me and King were the only ones inside. I then heard the voice of a third person. Think you can hide in here? A clown arrived, holding us balloons. Oh no. Don't you want to find your father? Who are you? The clown didn't answer me. Dad. If you want to find him, tell me where he might have gone off to. Dad. My heart was hammering. Tell me, quickly now. I don't know. I really don't know. You want to find him, don't you? Repressed memories once again surged into my mind. Dad. Dad, where in the hell are you? No, avoid. What to choose? Face it or avoid it? This time I'll avoid it. So I'll actually just get the red. I mean, it says I want to see what this does. What does avoiding do? Fear gripped me. I chose to avoid it. Okay, that did do something. I think. Maybe? Yeah? Every eye is a node, an important choice made by me. The pathway can be seen in the spreading crack. Yes, we've been told that before. We're the only ones in the arcade. I regained my senses. Where am I? Why am I at the arcade? All of the game machines were running. Dad, did I come here looking for Dad? I left the arcade. The cold air cleared my mind. An ambulance swooshed by. I looked up and saw the street sign. Light Road. I thought about Dad's business card, the address. It was the same road. I walked along and soon saw a small hospital tucked away at the end of the road. The walls were mottled. They had seen many a winter for sure. Let's go inside. Anyways, this is the only lead I got. I entered the hospital. It reeked of surgical spirit. Surgical spirit? That was the only likeness to a hospital I could find. Inside the hospital, everyone wore masks with crying faces on. Even the patients and their relatives. I see. Well, this is a different hospital. Who are you? The security guard stopped me. He wore a mask as well. No respect for the regulations. The security guard wore a uniform and had a walkie-talkie. Everyone must wear one of these masks here at the No Laughter Hospital. The No Laughter Hospital. Okay. He handed me a mask. Oh wait, I'm in trouble. I just laughed. Alright, let's put it on. Put the mask on. I had to see the world from the two holes in the mask. Remember, do not take off the mask while at the No Laughter Hospital. Got it. The mask also reeked of surgical spirit. I'll make sure you don't. The security guard let out a shrill laugh from inside the crying face mask. I thought you can't laugh. Stop. Cough. Yes, I am. Just a sneeze. Is that a business card, or have you come to sell healthcare products? Yes, I have essential oils I want to sell here. Sir, do you know the person on this card? He scanned the card. I don't know him, but that address is the same as his hospital. How come you're looking for him? He asked. He's my father. The security guard said something into the walkie-talkie, but I couldn't hear what. He proceeded. It seems this is a matter of some urgency. I'll go check the register and see if I can find him. Really? Of course, no problem. Come with me. I followed the security guard. Two men came walking toward me from afar, one short and one tall. They were clad in black and wore masks. These guys. Let's avoid them. Why should we avoid them? Perhaps the eerie atmosphere in the hospital had piqued my senses. I pretended not to see them and followed the security guard to his office. The two men didn't seem to have noticed me and left the hospital. Although the guard laughed. No, he coughed. He said so. They probably didn't recognize me with his mask. A wall in his office was filled with masks of all colors and sizes. Another was covered in CCTV monitors. You could see every inch of the hospital from in here. The guard entered Dad's name into his computer. Is this your father? Dad's name appeared in a search result. He's one of the hospital's medical suppliers. Yeah, that's my father. Try giving a call. I can see that it's urgent. The guard pointed towards a phone in the office. I took up the phone. Dial Dad's number. I dialed Dad's number. Busy. Busy. Busy.
El teléfono al que usted llama tiene restringidas temporalmente las llamadas entrantes.
Sorry, the number you have dialed is unavailable. Please try again later. I hung up. Did your dad answer? I shook my head. The guard's walkie-talkie rang. He put it to his ear. A noise could be heard from the other end, but I couldn't hear what it was saying. Copy that. Here and there at once. Over. He lowered his walkie-talkie. I've had a task to do, and I must go. The security guard suddenly got up and left. I scanned the monitors. He just kind of left this kid just in the security office. Okay. Everyone on the flickering monitors wore masks. A man appeared at the registration hall, and without hesitation went directly to the elevators. He wore a mask. I couldn't see his face. The security guard returned. Get out at once. You can't be in here. I pushed past the guard and ran out of the room. You left me there. I quickly crossed the corridor into the big hall. That man. The elevators were very close. The elevator doors had already closed. I pressed the button for another elevator while checking which floor the last one went to. Floor 3. He went to floor 3. The other elevator doors opened and I went in. Let's go to floor 3. I like how I could choose, like, other choices. Like, why would I go to floor 2? Well, it's good I'm finding branches, though. I can return to them, too, so once I hit an ending... The elevator moves slowly upward. The elevator doors opened. The smell of surgical spirit was even stronger here. That term is never going to stop bothering me. I saw a reception desk. Floor 3 was the impatient ward. I almost said the impatient ward. Nobody here knew how to wait. The walls are a pale green color. A nurse pushes a cart and bottles clink. Where did he go? I looked in all directions, but couldn't find him anywhere. Do you need help? The nurse at the reception asked me. Excuse me. Her mask was exceptionally sad. It was covered in rivers of tears. Fly plant, I guess. Excuse me. Haha, no need to fret. Please take your time. The nurse wore a surgical mask on top of the crying face mask. Her laughter seemed to come out of the air itself. You see someone coming out of the elevator just now. You just came out of the elevator, silly, the nurse said. And before me? Many people exit the elevator every day. Did you really not see anyone else exiting? Why would I fool you? I've seen many people today. How would I know who you're looking for? How can you ask? He's my father. He's here. I saw him. Everyone here wears a mask. How do you know it's your father? I just know. You're a funny one. I'm so sad I'm about to cry. That's why I'm laughing. Like, what? You don't know who your father is. You're wearing a mask yourself, aren't you? You don't even know who you are. I'm going to continue to ask. You're right. I don't know if that person is my father. He went to room 034. The nurse fell silent and said no more. That was a rhyme. Really? I do not lie. He went to room 034. Thank you. There's constantly choices to do something besides the obvious path. I'm going to use the obvious path, though, but it's curious. I leave the reception. There are wards on both sides of the corridor. Pale green walls have wooden rails attached to them. I hold onto a rail and look into the rooms as I pass by. A note with the patient's number and name is fastened to each door. It is written in blurry black marker. Most of the doors are shut. A nurse presses a cart holding bottles and a metal box with tweezers. I quickly scan the room sign. 034, 034, 034, I thought to myself. I think someone might be calling to me, but I'm not sure. I went further into the corridor. 034. I found room 034. He's inside here. This is the only room with a readable room sign. But the patient's name has been scrubbed clear. The door is open. The room is bright. Let's go in. I sneak into room 034. There's a bed surrounded by pale green curtains. The room is filled with beeping life support machines riddled with digits and diagrams. This room's patient seems to be seriously ill. Pull open the curtains. I slowly pull open the curtains. The bed is empty. A mask lies atop the bed. I closed my heart. What? A mask lies atop the bed. I extend my hand to grab the mask. My fingers touch the cold, glossy surface. Everything goes black. Someone kicks me. I fall heavily onto the ground. Someone pulls a sack over me. My arms ache. I curl up into a ball and clench my teeth. Got you, brat. Man, that was a good idea. We've got him now. My head hurts and my ears are ringing. Of course. This brat is quite the dangerous one. I can't hear what they're saying. The sense of feeling is familiar. Oh, so familiar. Dad. Dad. I'm gonna face this one. So I'm really curious. I do notice that it's a lot easier to shrink it with red than it is to increase it with green. So I'm assuming that I should be doing the green because that's the harder option. Oh, what do those do? Nothing. I think they're just distractions. Yeah, it's very true. Definitely a game where you have to keep going back into it. Well, that might be actually hard to dodge. Never touched a red. Oh, there's even some cross paths I noticed. Look at that up there. You know, sometimes I'm doing a red. Oh, the riser red, I think I did something bad there, or basically something detrimental. But if I did green, huh? I'm very curious. How far does this rabbit hole go, I wonder? How do we get him out? You're tall, just carry him. We'll take the stairs. Let's move quietly. A pair of lanky arms grab me. What are you doing? Let me go. Brat, aren't you looking for your father? Dad, we're taking you to see your father. Do you really know where my dad is? Whatever, but it wouldn't do us any of us good to fright people at the hospital. Man, won't the security cameras take notice of us if we're carrying the sack around? You think I need you to tell me that? It's a real walk in the park. We led the foolish guards away afraid for their monitors. Hey, don't let him escape and don't hurt him. They walk carefully, attempting not to make a sound. I put my face close to the sack and try to see through it. Even the sack smelled strongly disinfected. The smell is still vivid in my memory. Hold on to me. The tall man carried me down the steps. I don't know how many floors we went down. A still door opens. They pass the door and the tall one put me down on the ground. They open the sack. Is my dad here? Don't be so hasty. The light in the gloomy garage was dim. Finally, we can get rid of these damn masks. They took them off. They were clad in all black. I couldn't make out their faces. Do you enjoy wearing this? The chubby one took off my mask. Still reluctant, eh? You know where to go, so come with us. I mean, it's probably a bad idea, but sure. I followed them. Where's our ride? The chubby one asked. I parked it here. But it's gone. Are you looking for a vehicle? I said in a trembling voice. It's gone. Is that what you're looking for? I'm pointing towards an overturned passenger trike in the corner. Ah, there it is. Who the hell did that? The chubby one said. Go get it. The tall one ran to it, turned it over, and rode it back. Drum, drum, drum. The chubby one sat down in the back. Brat, hop on. We rode out of the gloomy garage. It was afternoon outside. The sun shone and a light breeze was in the air. I felt calm and a little drowsy. That's weird. The tall one became drenched in sweat as he paddled on. Chop, chop, the chubby one joked. Our trike sure is fast, and I just love the cool breeze. We rode on the streets. They were completely empty except for a bus. I shouldn't have bothered with this darn guy, I thought to myself. A boy sat in front of me, with no idea what was going to happen next. Wait, what? Get right to the point. I shouldn't waste more time. Should oil this pedal. I clenched my teeth and rode on. Wait, what? Man, can I rest a moment, I said? You just started and you're already tired? He just loves being in the spotlight. Took a card out of his pocket. You know what this is, don't you? I took the card. It was Dad's business card. Why would they have it? The boy's expression turned strange. What the fuck? We just switched perspectives. Our boss is looking for you, I said. The boy shook his head. He tried to stand, but I pressed him down. Behave yourself if you don't want your family to get involved. The boy trembled, his fingers touching the card. He folded the card into a miniature paper airplane. The boss is making a real fuss, saying you're dangerous. Man, up ahead, shouldn't we turn? I was out of breath. Why did we pick a trike? My kingdom for a car. Damn, I'd love to down a few cold beers. Idiot, turn around. We've passed it. Damn, I think he's right. I stepped on the brake. He's a coward who trembles just from hearing his own farts. The boy is trembling. Let's play a game, the boy said. Or rather, the game is about to end. What game? New memory. Let's play a game, I said. I still remember when you played with your new building blocks. Dad, do you want to play with me? I shook my head and said, I don't like building blocks. Let's play families. You're the dad, and I'm your kid, okay? Yuck. That's a game for girls. I won't do that, he said with disdain. But it's great being a dad. What's so great about it? Dads have to work and don't play with blocks. But dads can spend money any way they like. You won't fool me. Mom controls the money. It's not for Dad to spend, you say and make a face. Okay, little one, I said. Well, let's play with blocks. You shared a few blocks with him. What kind of person will you be when you grow up? Okay, let's begin. I'm the dad and you're my kid. Didn't you say we shouldn't play families? I changed my mind, you said and laughed. This is weird. Huh. This is weird on many levels. The boy stared at me, with his two eyes like bottomless pits. The trike stopped. Why are we stopping? He turned around, but he looked completely out of it. What's wrong? The game is over, he said. Hearing his voice made me feel calm again. Dad, where are you? I sat across the boy, and I saw tears form in his eyes. These are not tears, I said to myself. I've just got something in my eyes. I'm alone in this world, all alone. Okay, this perspective is... Oh, a thin woman walked up to the vending machine. What vending machine? It wasn't cold, but she wore a coat. She had a patient barcode bracelet on her wrist. The vending machine is in a lonely corner. It is filled with ugly clown plushies. It didn't take cash, only cards. The woman glanced around to make sure no one was looking, then reached for the lock on the machine's door. A strong hand grabbed hold of the woman's arm. If I catch you one more time, you'll lose this arm of yours. No, it's not... The burly man increased the force of his grip, as if he would break her arm, and then and there. Ouch, no! The man relaxed his grip. The woman began panting and sweating. She shivered, then took out a magnetic card and inserted it into the machine. The wheel on the screen began spinning, hopefully to stop on a prize. The woman clasped her hands together until the wheel stopped. It stopped on a red number. "Ha-ha! I won!" She began jumping up and down. She took the plushie, hid it under her coat, and hugged it tight. "Ha-ha-ha, Kafka!" She laughed like there was no tomorrow. The burly man watched her leave with scorn. I have absolutely no idea what's going on anymore. But I do know that the first-person perspective was changing all around over and over again. Very odd. End 4, playing house. What is this game? I vaguely had an idea of what was going on at first, but then I didn't. Yeah, Kafka, you know, does anybody know what Kafka is? Like, what is Kafka? When somebody says something that is Kafka-esque, what does that mean? What does that mean to... Like, I don't actually know much about that style of writing or such. So, wow. Sheesh. Well, wow, I feel like I've been playing this for an hour, but I haven't been. Alright, let's keep going then. Let me try something. Kafka was an author. What did he write, though? I know he's an author, but like, what was his genre? What was his style, so to speak? So, I mean, let's go back to the hospital, I guess, and we'll see if I can do the other path that exists at the hospital. Okay, so he went to floor 3. Let's go to floor 2. The elevator moves slowly upward. Boy turned into a bug. Interesting. Anyways, it's probably surrealist, though. His writing style, I assume, anyways. The elevator doors opened. It reeked of medicine. Floor 2 was the laboratory area. This floor is packed full of people. There was a doctor trying to maintain order. Everyone here also wore masks. Do you see this form? Everyone must have one of these forms. Check whether the number is yours. I won't have you telling me if it's wrong after your checkup. Does anyone still need a form? Does anyone have the wrong form? Why didn't you tell me you don't have a form? And why aren't you wearing hospital clothes? The doctor asked me. Are you trying to make it difficult for me? I am not patient. Not a patient? Then what are you doing on this floor? I'm looking for my father. Why do we always have relatives looking around floor 2? I should put up a note by the elevator. Go to the ward on floor 3 if you're looking for your father. This area is only for patients. The patients watched us and began whispering to one another. Whose child is that? I don't know. What's he doing here? You get all sorts in this world. True that. They know no shame. Like father, like son. His father is probably a criminal. I can't tell if he's telling the truth. Looks like a crook to me, that kid does. I just want to find my father. He's missing. Oh. Kafka trapping, a sophistical and unphilosophical form of argument that attempts to overcome an opponent by inducing a sense of guilt and using the opponent's denial of guilt as further evidence of guilt. I do feel like we're dealing with guilt in this. Did I just get a neutral? I got a neutral eye this time. This isn't a police station or newspaper office. Your dad's missing, so why go to a hospital? The doctor said. This address is on my father's business card. The doctor takes the card. The address actually fits. The patients begin gossiping again. The card is obviously fake. It only costs a few bucks to print a whole box. I've got the address of the White House on my cards. Just a piece of paper. Silence. Get your forms and queue up. Yes, the red number in the corner. Come on now, line up. The doctor returns the card to me. Your dad's card does not count as a free pass here. You can't go around causing trouble like this. Bang. Ouch! Doctor, someone fell. What happened? The doctor forgot about me and ran towards a group of people. Sneak into the office, sneak into the toilet, sneak into the office. While the doctor is diverted, I sneak into the office and hide behind the desk. The desk blocks my entire body from view. I can't see them, they can't see me. What happened? Let me take a look. Ouch, it hurts. Stop screaming, I'm checking whether you're hurt. The patients begin gossiping again. The hospital should be responsible if they are really hurt. Isn't that the patient from your ward? He's always so rash. Aren't we going to get x-rayed? What are the doctors doing? Crying like a baby after falling, just desperate for attention, I bet. These guys are fucking assholes. They didn't notice I left. Get up, I'll support you. Ouch, it hurts. Just get up, it can't be that bad. A while later. Where's that boy? The doctor noticed I disappeared. Hold your breath, observe in silence. Observe in silence. He ran to the toilets. Yeah, I saw it. He ran to the toilets while you're distracted. No, so I'm going to the elevator. Yeah, I took the elevator. Are you all blind or what? Okay, queue up. I'll check the toilets. After a while. There's no one there. Didn't I tell you? He took the elevator. You're all full of nonsense. Pretending to see where he went, the phony lot. Who are you calling phony? He went to the toilets. Lies. He's in the toilets. I'm going looking myself. Enough. Why haven't you lined up already? There's a trash can next to me. It's filled with needle syringes and bottles. Why is the office trash can filled with needles? It's all the same. All is normal. It's all the same. The elevator moves slowly upward. Wait, what? But that was... The elevator doors opened. It reeked of medicine. Floor 2 was... What the fuck? Hold on. This is the same. We're just gonna... Okay, there's something... This game is weird. I don't mind this. It's just very weird. That's exactly it. Repeated. We like... Yeah, skip. I know where I'm at. Keep going. I'm going to do the exact same path and choose the other option. So much dialogue. No, I'm not choosing bathroom. I'm choosing the other option. Hold on. Observe in silence. It's hard to understand how this game's choice mechanism works. Because there's a lot of choices, but I'm sure obviously some of them don't do something, but others do. All is as normal. I'm going to choose this. The elevator moves slowly upward. That puts me back there too. What is going on? I had a weird feeling that those options would do the same thing, but I wasn't 100% sure. This is so weird. Well, hold on, I'm just breaking down the branches. This time I'll hold my breath. I mean, I could just go to the bathroom if you prefer. But hold on, I want to break down the branch I'm already working on. I bet it will just reset me again, but let's see. Hello, Ahe. Too bad you have to sit through a lot of dialogue to do this. It would be nice if I could skip this much faster. I do appreciate, though, that when I get a choice, I can't just automatically select something. I actually have to press an arrow key to get the choice to prompt, so I can just kind of fly through the dialogue and not worry about it. We're gonna hold our breath. Ran to the toilets. Yeah, it's the same thing. Alright, in that case... Right, so this time I will use the bathrooms. The game does seem to be directing me that that would be a different choice, so let's try that out. Metal Keeper, Metal Keeper. I'm trying to go through the dialogue quickly. I'm trying to be quiet about it, but you can still hear it. Yes, yes, I know. So, this is a game where you're supposed to redo stuff, so I feel like you should be able to skip. Honestly, if this is a game where I'm supposed to retread old ground, which it does indeed seem to be the case, it would be nice if I could instead of just making the text scroll faster by pressing the button, it'd be nice if I could have it instant fill by pressing it and just have it skip through it faster, basically. I really feel like that's important for this. Oh, whoops, I clicked the wrong option. Well, whatever. I was reading the chat at the moment the choice popped up. Also, no, I don't have to press arrow keys to select an option. So while rapidly pressing to get through dialogue, because it's dialogue I already read, you can indeed make a choice without using the arrow keys. It does give it has a little bit of a delay, but it's all I's fault because I was trying to read their message. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, this is so that's a real problem I have with this game. I think it's kind of cool, but if it's wanting me to retread the same ground, it needs to make it so if I have already read a dialogue chain, that I can skip through it nice and quick. I think that's rather important. Don't you agree? At least on return, at least something that lets me skip faster on the second reading of the same dialogue. Is there nothing about that in options? I'll find out. I can't check right now, but I'll look. I'll look actually. If so, that should be on by default, at the very least. But we'll see. All right, sneak into the toilets. I sneak into the toilets and hide in one of the cubicles. I can't hear what's going on outside, but I may as well use the restroom while I'm here. I thought we were trying to hide. I don't think I can make out this case's cries. I don't know what to do or how long I should hide. The floor is clean, the place is free of odor. Apart from the smell of disinfectants, that is. Are you hiding here to avoid the checkup like me? Someone from the neighboring cubicles asked. Are you a patient, I asked? Aren't you, he responds. I'm looking for my father. Relatives aren't allowed on floor 2. He paused before adding, I see, that's why you're hiding. What's the checkup today? Same old, jumping up and down, screaming, you know. What kind of checkup is that? It's not a physical checkup today. It's an audition for our big New Year performance. I'm just pulling your leg. You don't know the regulations. Must be your first time here. Yeah. There's a regulation here. Everyone must wear masks. I know why, I said. Because no one can keep their spirits up hearing others laugh while gravely ill and in pain. Ha, who taught you that? Let me tell you something. He opened the door and left the cubicle. I did the same. He wore clean patient clothing and wore a white mask. He was tall and thin, his skin filled with old scars. These scars are from before I came to the hospital. I was worse off than a beggar. He created a pile of needle syringes in his arms. Our names are replaced by a number, and everyone here wears a mask. No one knows who the others are. That way we can abandon our pasts. He took up a syringe. They can't even cure a blasted cold in here, but they have healed my grief and my worries. I don't like syringes. You shoulder too much pain. I shook my head. You don't always have to face it. You can choose to avoid it too. I shook my head. Come live at the hospital and we can become good friends. I'm sorry. I won't force you. I know what being forced feels like. He took my hand. His hand was scarred but warm. I have to go. I walked around him out of the toilets. Avoiding isn't necessarily bad. Don't force yourself to bear the pain. Thank you. I bumped to the doctor as I exited the toilets. Didn't you say he went into the office? He obviously went into the toilets. I didn't fool you. You're wrong. That's not the kid who charged in here. That's a patient. I know him. He's the kid next door to me. Ah, poor little one. I still remember when he first came here. A dark-skinned patient walks up to me. Look at you, not wearing your patient clothing. Here's your form. He gave me a form. The number was 034. 034. Don't delay. Queue up. The doctor called to me. The patient took hold of my hand. His hand was scarred but warm. I took my place in line and the patient stopped fidgeting. Come on now, one at a time, the doctor said. The door at one side of the corridor opened, and the first patient went in. 002. The second went in. 003. One after another they went in. 034. I'm here. I entered the physical checkup room. It was much bigger than it looked on the outside. The light suddenly went out. A single spotlight shone down on me. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, friends in front of your TV sets, this is the lucky number 100% pure, no side effects pharmaceutical show, and I'm your host, George. A man in a tailcoat stood before a stage holding a microphone and talking to an audience. Across the stage rang out a joyful melody. Everyone wore crying face masks. From that time when your dad took me out, I don't even know what's going on. I'm very confused. From amidst all the sellers, we found our Mr. Super Lucky of the season. Come up on the stage. I pushed up on the lit up stage. The host came up and shook my hand. His hand was scarred, but very warm. I'm noticing a trend here. Mr. What do I call you? My name is Smith. Well, Mr. Smith, say hello to the audience. The audience cheered. Hello. The host clapped like mad, and so did the audience. Before the game begins, please tell us, what do you yearn for? What I yearn for? Yes, that's right. What do you yearn for? My father is missing. Mr. Smith's father is missing and he wishes to find him. The host clapped, and so did the audience, who were also cheering. No matter what your wish is, we will help you fulfill it. All you need to do is complete our challenge. This time the rules have been somewhat changed. Kylie knows the center of the stage. The curtains were pulled open and the lights danced upon the stage, discoloring the host's white mask. A gotcha machine stood at the stage. There are 10 lucky tokens in the bag, and each token grants a spin of the gotcha. Every gotcha egg contains a lucky number. If you get numbers 0 through 9 after 10 spins, the super prize is yours. Are you ready? Before I had time to respond, the host shoved the bag into my hands. Great! Give Mr. Smith a smashing round of applause. The audience clapped and cheered. I followed the spotlight to the gotcha machine. The music changed into a tenser rhythm. I took up a token. It was made of metal and felt cold. Mr. Smith is about to answer the first token. Which number will he get? Let's wait and see. I answered a token. I answered a token and pulled the lever. An egg came out. I answered 10 tokens and pulled. The machine spit out 10 eggs. Oh, Can I... That's 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mouse works, but the game window does not lock because it's meant to be full screen. I got a red one. Okay. I got them all. Okay. A simple math question. Mr. Smith has gotten 10 lucky eggs. Will he get the grand prize or not? The moment of truth has come. The host took the eggs. 8, he proclaimed. 6, 9, 7, 2, 5, 1, 0, 3, and 4. He leaped in excitement and everyone cheered. Congratulations, you found numbers 0 through 9. You got our grand prize. I wasn't surprised in the least that they had already planned as they had already planned for this to happen. How do I know that? So, where's my father? Your father is a great man, and he sends everyone at the hospital presents, and this most special one is yours. He held up a red box. With this, all your worries will be swept away, just as we here have gained happiness. I scanned the crying face mask in the audience. Where's my father? You need to force yourself to face it or avoid it. Come live with us here. You misunderstand me. I don't want this. You need it. Everyone here has it. Your father gave it to us. The audience quieted down, and then they began to stir. They rushed to the stage and surrounded me. I don't need this. Dad! Uneasy memories flooded into my mind. I'm gonna face it. This is different. I have hands. I'm gonna do an awesome dance off the show. I don't want to be here, I guess. I look so amused, like I'm doing these hand signals and my face is just Gotta find the right place to stand, really. Having a problem here. Okay. That actually was kind of hard. Huh. I was able to hold on, so let me face it. Yeah. Why are you quoting that out of curiosity? What are you doing? The doctor and guard charged in. He's not a patient, the guard screamed. He dragged me out through the group of people. Get out, the guard said. He said a few words in his walkie-talkie and stared at me. Someone is coming to get you. Who? Floor 2 is for the patients only. I shouldn't have let you onto the hospital in the first place. He didn't answer me. He dragged me out of the room and threw me into the elevator. The doors closed and went down on its own accord. The sew part? What's so interesting about the sew part? -1. Oh, a basement floor then. The elevator doors opened. I arrived at B1. Hello there, Brett. 2 black-clad men waved at me. One is short and chubby, one tall and thin. They wore crying face masks. The light in the gloomy garage was dim. Oh, I'm back here. Ah, okay. Check your surroundings. The garage was rather spacious. 2 walked in front of me, their footsteps echoing. All the lights were intact, but the ground was covered in a thick layer of dust. A few brand new boxes lay piled in the corner. Brat, come here. Don't just stand there, the chug one said. I followed them. Where's our ride? Parked it here. It's gone. Okay, this is all the same. And now we switch perspectives. Change the topics. The weather is nice today, I said. It's hot wearing black clothes in the sun. I was sweating. Yes, it sure is, the boy said. This kind of weather isn't really suitable to go outdoors. It's hot. Yes, that's what I meant. What am I blabbering about? He took a card out of his pocket. Uh-huh. So I think we did the other path, though, technically. What are you playing at? We've done this memory, haven't we? Yeah. Yeah, everybody seems to be hiding and holding. I don't get it. I don't know if I like this game or not. That's the thing. It's like, it's hard to say. Yeah, I had that memory before, so this is weird. It's just, I'm just constantly saying it's weird. I don't really know what else to say about it. And we've done this before too. So, yeah, the biggest problem is, like, if I do retread the same ground, I just kind of have to sit here. It's like, well, okay. I'm gonna eat some spaghetti, I guess. Or not spaghetti, but pasta. Zero Escape or 999. Wasn't that another game you replayed numerous times? I feel like that was. Yeah, yeah, that was actually. 999 was actually was another game where it was, you know, same game. Oh wait, the same game. Oh, it's a series. Or, well, okay, same series then, not same game. But yeah, I agree. Like, there's a good way to do this sort of game. I don't think this is a good way to do this sort of game. I'm just kind of sitting here pressing, hoping to go through. Like, let me ask, like, that series, when you are retreading the same ground to get to a different ending, does the game force you to read everything you've already read? I mean, yeah, I get there's notes, there's node points, so I don't have to play the game from the very beginning to try to go down different paths every single time. But even choosing the nodes, I'm spending an awful lot of time basically retraining the same ground. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I still ended up on that ending. How do I get to the right path, then? I'm not sure. Alright, I'm going to try one last thing before we quit this game, because I'm sure I'm about out of time, yeah. I'm not going to read the dialogue out for this run, though, because I'm a little tired of reading. But, yeah, okay, got it. So we're going to go over here. So 4-2 was, well, we did not get, we got the same ending, but we did get a different, like, node thing along the way, I guess. But 4-3 has another ending. Let's try to get that just to finish off, because I'm kind of curious. That might do something. Alright. We're gonna face it. Come on. We faced it last time too, but actually no, we're not gonna face it. Let's not face it. What will this do? Fear gripped me. I chose to avoid it. I don't know what we're facing or avoiding. Okay, so we did end up on the other path. What did this do for us? I escaped from the sack. I was the only one in the ward. Where am I? I went out to the corridor. Anyone here? You know, well, remember how those cracks crisscross? I bet if I fell the other one, I also end up here. I bet you if they both end up at the same place. Because they cross paths, if you remember. I opened a door. The room was empty. Another one also empty. All the wards were empty. Hey, anyone here? Where am I? The reception was empty. Where am I? A hospital? I went to the lobby on floor 1. It was completely empty. Dad is missing. And where is everyone else? I knocked on any door I could find. There was no response. Not a single person. Not a single one. My heart started pounding. I ran out of the hospital. There were no people outside. The clouds dispersed and the sun shone through. I ran onto the street with no idea where I was going. There were no cars on the road. I ran until I was completely exhausted, sweating and panting. I ran to a bus stop. A bus stopped at it. Open up! Is there anyone here? I pounded on the doors. The doors didn't open. The bus left. Another bus soon came by. I bashed the doors, but they didn't open. The bus left. One bus after another. I pounded and pounded, but no doors opened. Noon soon passed, and I curled up on a bench. Dad lied to me. The afternoon breeze caressed my face. A red bus stopped, and the doors opened. Several balloons rolled out of the bus doors. I tried to get close, but this time the doors didn't close. I entered. It was filled with white balloons. There was a white balloon in every seat. Anyone here? Anyone at all? I moved carefully, afraid of popping into balloons. A little girl on a seat turned her head and looked at me. A white balloon floated over her head. Where are you going? She asked. Her face was completely expressionless. Have we met before? She shook her head. I don't remember. Perhaps we've met. I avoided the balloons and went further in at a crawling pace. The doors closed. Doors are closing. Please take your seats. No smoking on the bus. Kindly move towards the back. Next stop. The broadcast was interrupted and replaced by a screeching sound. The balloons on the seats flew out the window. He left a seat for you, the girl said. You could sit there. I sat down across from her. As soon as I sat down, the bus began to move. There are definitely balloons there. It is the balloon bus. The girl had a bowl of coins and an old cloth draped over her shoulders. She came up to me. Kind person, please help me. She extended a bowl containing a few coins of bills. Sorry, I didn't bring my wallet today. She held the bowl steady. Sorry, I really don't have any money. Thank you. Expressionlessly, she returned to her seat. The bus stopped at an intersection to wait for a green light. There were no other vehicles nearby, not a single person. I watched the empty streets. This is a city of happiness. We are all happy here. There are no happy people anywhere. You're the only one not happy, the girl said. What do you mean? She remained expressionless. I watched the red light and counted down the seconds. 69, 68, 67, 36, 35, 34, 3, 2, 1, 0. What? Okay. This is odd. Did you not have options? No. I don't think I did. Wait. Oh, wait. I like the puzzles most of all. I wish there was more of that, less dialogue. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but there we go. We're making a turn. Sit tight. We're making a turn. Sit tight. The streets were empty and the breeze made me drowsy. The bus took a bend and I felt the force of the turn pull me. The balloons floated up and filled the entire bus. The sunlight shone through the translucent balloons, giving rise to a strange light. I felt incredibly weary. I wanted to find somewhere to lie down. My head got heavy and my sight grew muddled. It's not the time to rest. I slapped to myself to sober up. I looked outside. Bang! I jumped in my seat. A balloon exploded beside me. A human silhouette flashed by on the empty streets. That person. I felt my heart pound. I extended my hand outside the window, but he was gone. Let me off. I need to get off. I ran through the sea of balloons towards the doors. Bang! 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 The balloons popped under my feet. I tried to force the doors open, but they didn't budge. I couldn't get the silhouette out of my mind. I'm getting off. Stop the bus. I took the emergency hammer and smashed the window. Bang! Bang! It didn't even leave a scratch. I hammered on, but it was useless. I pulled the emergency switch, but the doors wouldn't budge. We're making a turn. Sit tight. The bus took a sharp turn and the balloons went flying. I'd love to toss all these blasted balloons out the window. The bus won't stop until the next station, the girl said. When's the next stop? Somewhere far away from home. Anywhere but home, the girl said. My parents are liars, the girl was calm. I need to find my dad, I said. Let me off. The bus won't stop because there are no stations. I stood up and looked her in the eyes. What are you up to? I said. Aren't you like me? The girl asked as if nothing had happened. What? You're like me. Your dad lied to you too, she smiled. What are you... I want to hold you. I still remember that day when you got angry. Dad, you're a liar. You're all liars. You locked yourself in your room and wouldn't come out no matter what. All I've done has been for the sake of our family. But neither you nor Mom understand me. You've grown up. I don't know where you found it, but you used a rope and climbed out your own window. We looked everywhere for you. We even called all your friends. But we just couldn't find you. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking of you out there all alone in the dark of night. I was willing to do anything just to see you safe and sound. To be honest, it cost me dearly, but it was worth it. When I finally found you, your clothes were tattered and dirty, and you had a white balloon. Mom cried and hugged you tight. I hugged both of you. I hugged you tight. I love you. I remember. That memory is carved into my mind. My heart beat heavily and shivers ran through my body. He didn't lie to me. I felt nauseous and wanted to vomit, but my stomach was empty. The balloons in the garage twitched as well. Bang! Bang! One after another they exploded. Bang! Bang! I covered my ears, but I could still hear them popping. Dad. Dad, why? I hated the sound. It made me feel as if my head was about to split. Dad. Alright, one more face. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Are streetlights good? I don't know. I'm just gonna avoid them. Remember, kids, only get hit by the green buses, not the red ones. They're bad. Oh yeah, you can't touch the streetlights. I just went and checked. These challenges are weird because they typically have really easy to memorize patterns, actually. Where I don't really have to do much, I can just kind of chill out like I'm doing right now. Have to move on. Oh, was I missing the paths? Well, it didn't really matter. I was doing well enough. It didn't seem to matter. It's alright, dude. It's a good point, though. Let's close it off regardless. I was able to hold on, so let me face it. Same statement every single time. Bus. So is that an ending? Didn't say there was an ending. You seem to be in pain, the girl said. I relaxed my grip on her hand. Her skin was soft. Do you need to see a doctor? I just came from a hospital. I went back to my own seat. Do you want to go home? The girl asked. I nodded. Then I'll take you home. You said the bus won't stop if there's no station. Yes, the girl said. It never reaches any station. Darkness was falling and the bus was still going forward. Mom is waiting for me at home. She has made SpaghettiOs for me. Thanks, Mom. That doesn't take like 5 minutes to make or something. It's not just one of my fancies. It's all true as long as that person's not there. And we got the tape again. Why didn't you report it? Wasn't the child hurt? Teacher A said. A few scratches. When we found him in the school bus luggage compartment, he was bound and gagged, Teacher B said. Good lord. His school bag was filled with word strips. Word strips? You shouldn't play hide and seek, Teacher B said. All the strips said the same thing. Where are his parents? His father rushed over. When he saw the strips, he went silent and wanted to take the kid home. He told us not to report it. Go report it at once. I reported as soon as we found the child. The police will be here soon. His father must have angered some gangsters, or is hiding from debt collectors. The child is in the infirmary, and the father is with the guards. Let's just wait for the police. What about the other children? We sent out a note to all class teachers not to let any child out of their sight. Teacher A shook her head. End 5. A bus without stops. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's like 14 endings, I think. I don't know, man. This has some cool stuff going for it. I actually would really... I encourage the developers to think about keeping this art style. Because when there actually is graphics, I dig the style of it. I feel like this game would have been better if it was just a bunch of puzzles or something. Personally. Because it seems like the puzzles are the most interesting part, you know? Like, they may not be that complicated, like the candle puzzle wasn't that complicated, but it was kind of neat. Just kind of neat to watch. So that was the most interesting part of the game. It was the little graphical interface elements, and when those popped up. But they're very seldom and rare. It's a neat idea, and the story, though, here's a few problems. First off, I realize this is a Japanese studio that had their game translated to English, so I understand a few spelling mistakes here and there. I'm not going to judge those, that's fine. The problem I have with it is the writing itself. Not how it's translated, but the writing itself is very basic. It's low description, short sentences, not much going on, very flat delivery. The dialogue is not drawing me in. You know, it didn't draw me and didn't make me go, wow, this is like a really interesting description or a really interesting way this is put into view. And given that the game is also very obviously non-linear and seems to have random shifts in first-person perspective. Like, the first-person perspective is switching around, obviously to make a point. That's the reason it's kind of Kafkaesque, I'm sure. But when you combine simple, flat writing with that level of confusion, there's not a lot to grasp onto. There's not a lot to get invested in. Because it's just a random, it's just too random and not captivating. It's not... You can have something that is surreal, but it still needs to be captivating. It still needs to be drawing you in, even if it's hard to keep track of. Like, even if it has a non-linear time frame and it bounces around and stuff, and it's all sorts of weird. It still needs to have something to anchor it, something to captivate the reader, and I feel like this lacks that. That, and on top of that would be a problem even if it was just a linear game without multiple endings. But since it also has multiple endings, multiple paths, I appreciate that you can go off of the nodes, off of any branching point. You can restart from that point. I appreciate that, so you don't have to restart the whole game to get to a different ending. But there is so much dialogue to sit through. And yes, indeed, let's see here. The options are language. That's it, guys. Somebody asked earlier, well, maybe there's a way you can skip the text faster. No, you have the options of language. This is the options menu. So no, there's no other options to skip the text faster or whatever, and that would, honestly, it feels like a game that would absolutely benefit from the idea that if you press the confirm button while text is appearing, it instant appears. Instant text. This game would benefit greatly if I could instant text. That's fair, Beers, but I actually did that at the beginning. I just kind of forgot. I actually accessed the menu at the beginning, and that's all we had then. So good to remember, though. We both forgot. Yeah, honestly, mechanically speaking, it's tedious. Writing-wise, it's a text-adventure game without captivating dialogue, without captivating descriptions and details and such. The only really interesting thing here is the art style, especially for the graphical interfaces and the graphical puzzles, which there are too few of. I don't know. This isn't doing it for me. I appreciate the effort put into certain aspects, but Self is not the best storytelling I've had for a text-based game. Not even close.